I was born at my grandmother Will's house to Catherine Will Baker and Sidney Baker, May the 7th, 1928. Dr. Brantley attended. I went through school in Palatka all through my 12 years of school, and I actually went from 1st grade through 12th grade with 3 Merwin cousins. Dorothy Merwin, Marie Ann Merwin, Charlie Merwin's daughter, and Henry Ginn, Vi Merwin Ginn's son. So we all 4 went from 1st grade to 12th grade and graduated together. In my senior year, as the war ended, my husband Gerald came home from the submarine service from serving 4 years, and I started dating him. I'd never known him before. He was older than me by 4 years. And so I started dating him and ended up getting married in September of 1946. The Lord blessed us with 3 Merwin boys, Gerald Merwin Jr., Tommy Merwin, and Keith Merwin. And we had a really good life together. Gerald went first to school up in Georgia and went to College Park Junior College, and I worked at Spence Air Base while he went to college. We only had Jerry Jr. at that time. And then he transferred to Florida Southern, where his other cousins, Art Ginn, and some of them had gone to school. And we lived in Lakeland. I worked for Auto Owners Insurance Company at that time. And we had these boys that finally we moved back to Palatka so that they would know where their family had come from for years. As I think back of all the times, I had a wonderful school life there, and I think they did too. And they have all gotten good jobs and worked hard and have families, and I'm very proud of my family. Clarence Merwin Sr. was my father-in-law, and he told us lots about early Palatka. He told me that he remembered that he was very, very young when he started driving a car. And so when he gave up his license in his 80s, they put him on the front page of the newspaper because he was one of the oldest drivers with the driver's license, the longest in the state of Florida. And his family evidently lived what we call downtown Palatka now. And the family home was on 5th Street there by the Baptist Church. I believe the number was 191 South 5th Street. And his family owned a livery stable up on Lemon Street, but of course it was a dirt road then. But he remembered like Go Rab's Bar was still there, and he told us about men coming in from out in the outskirts of Palatka on their horses and riding up and down the street and even going into the bar on their horses. He knew most of the people from those early families, and just sort of had, quote, run of the town when he was a boy. And he was the youngest one, and he remembered all of his brothers and sisters really well. And his sister Lula had built a house on 6th Street, she and her husband, and they lived there. And his sister Vi had built a house, she and Mr. Ginn, and they were down near the river, and I can't quite remember which street they were on. But anyway, they were all living right downtown as young adults. And when Gerald and I first got married, Dad was the only one in the family house there on South 5th Street, so he offered to fix us up a little apartment in the back, or the front actually, and then we cooked with him and lived with him till we got our house built out on Prosper Street, and our first home. So I have really, really fond memories of all the Merwins, and I tried to keep in touch with as many of them as I could all through my married life.